Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Here we're saying the MLB 7 o'clock slate for today on DraftKings. Before we continue though, if you could leave a like, subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate that. You can also follow me on Twitter at cpen_16. You can tweet me or send me a DM or whatever, just ask me a question, or if you just want to say hi, you can say hi. Or if you just want to yell at me for giving you a bad play, you can do that as well. But anyway, let's get into the cheat sheet. Oh, also if you're going to be playing UFC for tonight, I'd recommend checking that out. I don't know when it starts, to be honest, because I don't really play UFC. But I'd recommend checking that out before UFC starts. It's probably around 6 or 7, if I had to guess. Okay, anyway, so let's go into the pitchers. SP1 today for me is going to be Steven Strasburg, 10,700. I know it didn't really work out with Max Scherzer last night, but just had to think it was an off day for him. I mean, he gave up a home run to Albert Almora. I mean, I don't know what was wrong with him yesterday, but Strasburg's far and away the best pitcher on this slate, and although it's not the best matchup, his 30% K rate in Elite Sierra and XFIP gives him the highest upside on this slate, in my opinion. Because I mean, I think he's the only one that can get double-digit strikeouts. I mean, Barrios is, he's definitely up there in talent, but I don't really like the matchup that well, and I don't think he's going to be close to Strasburg today in points. And then Nick Margevicius, I think I'm saying that right, 6,900. You know the drill by now. It's just lefties versus the Pirates. I know Casey had 20 points last night, so he did very well. And they have a high K rate to lefties and a low team ISO and WOBA. I don't know how deep in the game Margevicius is going to go, but if we can get 5-6 innings out of him and hopefully get the win, I think we're going to be looking pretty nice. I know he's not a big strikeout guy, but I wouldn't mind. Maybe 4 to 6 strikeouts would be good with me, especially at that price. I know I don't have another pitcher listed. I'll try to add another pitcher on here, but just looking through all the pitchers, there's none I really want to target. I mean, Griffin Canning is the guy that's kind of guy I'm debating on putting down, but I'm just not sure yet. So Canning might be on the short list, but I'll try to get another one on there eventually after I do some more research. And then catcher, we have Yan Gomes leading the way, 2,800. I know you know my strategy with catcher. I just like to pretty much punt it unless I use Grandal. Grandal is usually the only guy I pay up for. But other than that, I just really like punting it every night and spending up in other positions. I think people are starting to get the idea of that because I've noticed these really low-priced catchers are starting to get pretty chalky. Earlier in the season, they were pretty low-owned, but now we see Maldonado. I think last night he was around. I know he was pretty chalky. But anyway, yeah, I like him versus lefties, and he's below 3,000, and I'm usually a fan of punting catcher, unless I already said that. Okay, so Martin Maldonado, 2,000. He's bare minimum price, so I can expect him to be pretty high owned, and I'm definitely all for him being mid price. And he always seems to get on base or something, at least get some points somehow, so I definitely don't mind him. I don't know why DraftKings hates him this much. I think he should at least be at least 2,400 at least, but no, whatever, I'm not complaining. Then Yasmani Grandal, 4,200. I always like him versus righties, where he has far more power from the left side of the plate. So definitely Grandal. And at first base, CJ Cron, 4,100. Just love the price and love him versus lefties. He has a 260 ISO versus lefties, but this year so far he has a 385 ISO versus them. And LeBlanc's just a soft tossing lefty, and I wouldn't be surprised if Cron goes yard tonight. Then Marvin Gonzalez, his teammate, 3,400. He's just super cheap, and I've been playing him a lot at this price, and he just keeps producing. And DraftKings just refuses to price him up as well. He was bumped up to third in the order recently, and he has 2 home runs versus LeBlanc in his career as well, and that's in a short amount of at-bats too. So I think Marvin Gonzalez is one of my favorite plays tonight, just based on that price. And then Freddie Freeman, 5,000. I told you his price was going to come up, and it did. Back-to-back games with homers, and he gets a nice matchup versus Anderson. And then second base, Nicky Lopez, 3,100. Second base is usually a position I like to spend down on as well. So he's cheap and he gets high in the order, and he gets a left-down righty matchup versus Canning. And then Jonathan Schoop or Scope, I'm not sure. Schoop sounds more fun though. 3,700, bumped up to second in the order, and then he faces lefty and LeBlanc. So I like these Twins righties tonight. Then Brian Dozier, 2,800. He's really cheap. I mean, I get why he's cheap, but gets the ready on lefty matchup versus Lester, so I don't mind it. And then third base, Mike Moustakas. He's also second base eligible. He's 4,500. He's got 346 ISO versus the right-handed splitter, which Gosman loves to throw versus lefties. So I think that's a nice sneaky play, because Gosman's usually a little bit a reverse splits kind of guy, but Moustakas does hit that pitch very well. So I like Moustakas. And Josh Donaldson, 4,100. So the Braves are going to be going up against Chase Anderson. I think it's Chase. I hope it's Chase. It might be Cody, but pretty sure it's Chase. A reverse splits guy who he gives up a 227 ISO to righties and a 168 to lefties. And both are bad, but he's worse versus righties as a right-handed pitcher. So I'm very interested in these right-handed bats from Atlanta, and we got some really good ones. So Josh Donaldson, 4,100. I think it's a nice price for him. Then Tommy La Stella, 4,700. He's got a 337 ISO versus right-handed pitching this season. He's going to be leading off versus Junis, who is a home run prone pitcher, and he gives a lot of power to both sides of the plate. So definitely like La Stella. He's been on fire this season. And then shortstop Trey Turner, 4,700. He just recently came off the injured list, but I always like him versus lefties who can't hold runners, and that would be John Lester. If he gets on base, he has huge stolen base upside today. And Manny Machado, 4,400. I'm pretty sure this is his first game back being shortstop eligible as well as third base eligible, so I can see that upping his ownership. And I don't think he's the worst play. He's decently priced as well. And then Dansby Swanson, 4,200. Only if he's sitting near the top of the order. And like I said, I like the righties versus Anderson tonight. Then high-priced outfield, we got Mike Trout tonight going up against Junis. As I said, he gives it up to both sides of the plate. We all know who the best hitter in the league is versus right-handed pitching. And then Michael Brantley, 5,300. As you guys know, he's one of my favorite players, and one of my favorite players to play in DFS. Not recently with his price being this up much, but just another good matchup for him and the Astros in general. And him being one of the few lefties in this lineup is going to put him ahead of guys like Bregman and Springer to me. And then Mookie Betts, 5,000. It was close between him and JD, but I'm going to give the edge to Mookie based on the price. But they're both fine plays. I can only list 3 in each thing. So definitely, I like more people than just 3 guys in each thing. If you guys don't know that yet, but yeah, Martin in his first start let the righties hit him the hardest. I know it's only a very small sample size, but I mean but that's the righties got to him. So, and the Red Sox have a ton of elite righties. So JD, Mookie, Bogarts. I'm sure that's going to even out, so lefties are in play as well. And this has one of the highest Vegas over-unders. I think it's at 11. So a lot of good plays in this game from both sides. And then in the mid-range outfield, some really good options. Ronald Acuna, 4,700. He's an elite righty, and as I said, like the righties versus Anderson. Then Shohei Ohtani, 4,400. He's got a 323 ISO versus righties, and that righty's Junis, and we already went over him. I think he's one of my core plays today. I think he's in a really good spot, and I like that price. And then Josh Reddick, 4,100, just for the same reasons like Brantley, but he's not as good, obviously, but still in play. And then in the value outfield, Marwin Gonzalez, we already went over. Victor Robles, 4,100. Just like Turner, he has awesome stolen base upside if he can get on base. And then Brandon Belt, 4,100. So Zach Godley's not been good, and I always like Belt versus righties away from San Francisco. And Jackie Bradley, 2,700. He's just dirt cheap, and I like that. So, but I should mention for Trey Turner, I think I'd have to bump him down if he's sitting second, just because of they have Eaton projected to lead off versus the lefty right now, but I'd hope they change that to Turner, because if Eaton's leading off and he gets on base, then it's going to hurt Turner's stolen base upside. So just something that I throw out there. So I'm hoping Trey Turner's leading off. That'd be excellent for him. Okay, so let's go to some of the core plays now. And so I have Strasburg at pitch at SP1. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with SP2 if I add another one. But I really like Marjavish's price. And CJ Cron at first base. I think he's in an awesome spot. And then you could also put Marwin Gonzalez in there and then figure something else out in the outfield. But then I got Marwin in the outfield and then Shohei Ohtani also in the other outfield spot. And the weather looks pretty good today. Although I will say if you're playing the early slate, watch out for that St. Louis and Texas game. I know that's where it has all the good bats in, but Kevin Roth has it as a yellow-orange, and he said there could be a postponement because of the severe weather. So just hope for the best there. Follow Kevin Roth on Twitter and look for his updates. And the top stacks for me tonight are going to be the Angels, the Twins, the Astros, the Red Sox, and the Braves. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for the video. Like I said, if you're going to be playing UFC, I'd recommend watching that video. And then if you're going to be doing the NASCAR All-Star Race, which I'm not sure if you really want to, it's going to be a mess. But if you do want to and you're bored tonight at 8 o'clock, check out the NASCAR All-Star Race video. Anyway, guys, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate that. Follow me on Twitter. If you want access to the cheat sheet and the pitching and hitting model, follow me on Twitter. Shoot me a DM, and I'll send you the link to it. And, yeah, good luck today.